Hello, everybody. It's Wisdom Wednesdays. It's Ariana Newcomer. I'm a Dove Oracle priestess, biofield tuning practitioner, and spiritual mentor. And I have been working in the sort of health and healing professions for over 30 years. And is it panic time right now? It's the coronavirus. We're going to die. So no, it's actually not time to panic. And I've been reading a lot in some doctors' blogs and hearing their recommendations. Recent email from Bruce Lipton, who has written a number of books, including The Biology of Belief, which really counsel us, let's not go into total panic mode. Let's not go into complete fear. Because the truth is that this particular virus, which has been named COVID-19, is part of a family of coronaviruses. The common cold is a coronavirus. So there are many coronaviruses that have been around for us for a long time. This is a new one. But most of us, if we get it, are going to experience something like the common cold. The people that are really at risk are those that have underlying medical conditions whose immune systems are compromised. And one of the best things we all can do is the things that support our immune system. Our personal first line of defense is our immune system. And we can take certain nutrients. I'll talk a little bit more about what ones I have been reading about that are really important and appropriate to take in these times. But one thing we have to be really careful of when we take nutritional supplements is to buy high quality supplements that actually contain what they say they contain. There's unfortunately many companies who don't have great ethics, don't really test their raw ingredients, or the raw ingredients lose their potency by the time the thing gets on the shelf and you buy it and get it home. So do a little research and find out which are the companies that are really actually independently testing their ingredients and their products before they come to you, so that you can know that that vitamin C that you're taking actually is vitamin C, and there's as much of it in the tablet or capsule as the bottle says. So in terms of what kind of nutrition to give ourselves, the things that I've been hearing about are, number one, vitamin C, and taking as much vitamin C as you can to the point of getting diarrhea from it is the things that I've been reading. That sounds kind of gross, but when you take a lot of vitamin C, it can give you loose stools and kind of flush you out. So then you would want to back off a little bit. And I have read a little bit about intravenous vitamin C being used in China to treat people who have the virus and who are really sick from it. It's not something we do easily in the United States, unfortunately, but that could be something to look into as well. And other things that we can take are CoQ10, which is an enzyme that's necessary for our energy, for our heart function, for the little, I think for the mitochondria, little energy power plants in every cell. We need that CoQ10. Now, this is another issue of what kind of CoQ10 to get, because there's only certain kinds, the certain kind that's really absorbable. So you want to have the, sorry, I had to go get my bottle of CoQ10 to see what the form was that I needed to tell you about. So the kind you want to get is ubiquinol, with an L at the end, and not ubiquinone, because it's not as absorbable. And going back to vitamin C, good old ascorbic acid, which is the cheapy form of vitamin C that you're going to see most of, is not the most absorbable either. So you might want to find some vitamin C that is more naturally sourced. and not just ascorbic acid, but also contains some of the citrus bioflavonoids that are actually really important as well. So another thing that I've seen recommended is using essential oils. And I have a diffuser, and we can put our eucalyptus oil in a diffuser, and that is helps the respiratory system. Or you can put a drop in some water that you've just boiled in a pan, and sit over it with your towel over the pot. That's one of my favorite things when I am sick, and which is rare. Actually, I must never get sick because I take lots of supplements and I eat very healthy, nutritious food. So that is, of course, another great important thing, that we need to be eating really nutritious food. We need to be eating lots of veggies. We need to be eating food that isn't loaded up with a lot of chemicals that our body then has to get rid of, that are toxic. So pesticides, herbicides, fungicides that are on conventional produce and conventionally raised meats. So another thing, you can do, there's plenty of stuff out there about essential oils and which ones you can use. I'm not really trained in that, but there are people who are. Another thing that's really helpful is medicinal mushrooms. And there's a brand that I really like. It's called Host Defense. And they have a blend of mushrooms for immune support. So you can do your own research on that. But the mushrooms are magical. I'm not talking about psychedelic mushrooms. I'm talking about their capacity to really assist us in all kinds of ways. And so Paul Stamets, who is the mycologist, who's the founder of the Host Defense brand, has done years and years and years of research on mushrooms and their beneficial effects for us as human beings. So those are some things that you can take if you would like. If you would like to know what I'm taking, the companies that I have found, there's other ones besides Host Defense that have really, really impeccably sourced ingredients and actually have the amounts in them that you need in order to make them effective. I'll be happy to let you know what I take. Just pop me a message underneath this video and I'll get back to you about that. Another thing that's really important is stress. So if we allow ourselves to just get all worked up and get totally stressed and get totally afraid, guess what? That's going to suppress our immune system. So, according to Bruce Lipton in Biology of the Belief, 90% in his view of the diseases and problems that we have are caused by stress. So reducing our stress levels, one of the greatest ways to do that is laughing, is laughter. So instead of watching some, action movie or a murder mystery or something that's really and gets you really upset and gets the adrenaline pumping, find funny movies to watch and laugh. The two of my favorite funny movies are All of Me with Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin. The physical comedy that Steve Martin does in this movie is just fabulous, and it's really funny and sweet also. And then the old movie A Night at the Opera with the Marx Brothers. I just fall off my seat laughing every time I see that movie. So I suggest that you find yourself ways to laugh, because laughter reduces our stress, it boosts our immune system, it's good for our heart, it's good for our brain, and lowers blood pressure. Laughter is just, again, marvelous magic medicine. So instead of going into fear, instead of going into the dark cave or down the rabbit hole, let's feed ourselves good nutrition, healthy supplements, boost our immune system internally by taking in what is healthy and useful and helpful. And then give ourselves laughter, give ourselves a chance to just laugh and let it all out. And that will also really help to boost our immune systems. And then, of course, in our meditation spiritual practices, we can also just visualize ourselves, hold ourselves as healthy. Again, our thinking, our consciousness is helping to create what's going on in this body. And so as we imagine, use our imagination, imagine ourselves as healthy and strong and vibrant, and do that in our meditations every day. And we can even call in golden light from the cosmos and that golden light energy from Earth. And those two energies, the energy from Earth's magnetic field, energy from the sun, cosmic cosmic energies, are our birthright as well. And so the more we can run those energies, the healthier we're going to be as well. And this is one of the things that biofield tuning is especially fabulous at. I'd be delighted to give you a session if that calls to you. So I will hold you all in health and wellness. I hope you hold that intention for me as we move through this time. Oh, one last thing. This is really interesting. I just saw a talk that was given, not sure when, to the National Institutes of Health by a scientist who's researching viruses. And he talked about what they're now calling the virome. So you may have heard of the biome, which is our internal bacterial colonies. We also all contain viruses all the time. So viruses are not always bad. Some of the viruses that we have in us are actually protective, and they help our bodies push off other things. So the biome and the virome are very much a part of being human. And so there is a possibility that as we incorporate this new virus, it will have some protective mechanism for us in the future. So let's hold that too. Let's hold that this virus is not our enemy, that it's just another one in these family of coronaviruses, and that perhaps it has a positive function for us as well as the potential to make us sick. And then in the extreme cases, to make us very sick. So let's hold ourselves as healthy. Let's hold the possibility that this virus is going to be protective for us in some way. So to your health and well-being, see you next time.